right, well, welcome into this Equipment Zone webinar. My name's Terry Combs. I'm here with Roy Huseman from our Tempe, Arizona location.
And I'm Amy Krulowitz in our Franklin Lakes, New Jersey showroom. I'm here with our senior technician, Isaiah Woodridge. Today, we want to talk about the differences between DTF and UV DTF printers, and we'll be demonstrating both technologies.
All right, well, Amy, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be using the Epson G6070 DTF printer. We're also going to be using the EasyJet 36 powder shaker, and we're going to be doing DTF transfers. So DTF transfers will work on most any fabric, but not hard substrates. But you can apply DTF transfers to almost anything.
And here we'll be using the EasyJet 24 UV DTF printer here in New Jersey. The printer creates finished raised UV transfers to apply to hard substrates. This UV DTF printer is not for garments, but it's perfect for hard substrates, coffee mugs, glassware, and a variety of products, which you will see later in our webinar.
All right, well, we're going to have Roy come in and kind of give us the elevator pitch, walk through the entire process of DTF printing again here on the Epson G6070 and the EasyJet 36. Roy, you want to take over?
All right. How you doing? The printer is presently printing right now. The nice thing about the Epson is it does track the film, about how much film that you have left. When you load the roll, you can tell it how much film you're putting in, and it'll automatically calculate the width. The nice thing about this machine as well is it doesn't have side guides. It's got a nice feed roller system that holds the film down very well. Nice vacuum system as well. And then it goes directly into our shaker. I'll kind of move the camera here for a second to kind of show you that in a minute, but it also tells me how much time's left on my current job. So there's a lot of options available. At some point, maybe we can share the screen of the RIP software so I can show you real quick a couple little things on that. And got the film coming out here with some images on it. The nice thing about it as well is the width. You know, obviously printing up to 35.5 inches gives you a lot of capability in getting some larger images out. As far as our shaker, some of the key points of our shaker is it's automatic as far as the powder system. We don't have to scoop anything in there and put a roller or anything to hold the film down. It's all automated as far as dropping the powder down in there. It's got a hopper. We do have a nice take-up reel. The footprints, very nice. We're able to actually put it through a 36-inch doorway by removing the lid and turning it on its side. As far as the take-up reel, we could use it or not use it. If we wanted to just come straight out and cut the film as we go on a lowered table, we can also do that. As far as the distance from the machine, it's not that far. Machine can be put up against the wall, which is very nice. They're both on wheels. If we need to service anything, we can move everything around. That's very nice as well. So as far as when we're done, and we can cut the film at the Epson printer, then we can go ahead and we have a feature on our curing unit that's called Link. And that will actually, once the film's cut, bypass all the sensors and just feed the film completely out. We also have vacuum roller here, which keeps the film from catapulting out of the machine when it's running towards the end. Sometimes that'll happen on some of the other models out there where the last 4 or 5 feet will just shoot out of the machine as soon as it's released from the powder area. So definitely don't want that to happen, because then the last few feet of the jobs will get all damaged. So anyway, That kind of reviews the shaker there. We'll go back to Jersey and let them go through the UV printer.
Hey, before we do that, Roy, I want to talk a little bit about the EasyJet 36 shaker.
Okay,
You're kind of standing right in the halfway in, halfway out.
no worries.
As Roy mentioned, we have a hopper on this shaker, so we can load in pounds of adhesive. And the other competitive machines on the market, you have to monitor this and actually load by hand with a flour scoop. Electrical on this unit, it's all 110. Combined together, it's less than 20 amps, which means you can plug it into just a normal outlet. This machine has, as Roy mentioned, it's got vacuum rollers, and that's a huge advantage because with a vacuum roller, we only need about 2 feet of film to start. The other machines on the market, you need about 8 feet because the take-up reel pulls the film through. So a couple of other things. This unit heats top and bottom, which means it can be very compact. That means this will fit through a 30-inch interior doorway. Yours are smaller than that. You're in an old building, take the casters off and it'll fit through a 26-inch doorway. And before we go back, I also want to say, if we're going to try to answer questions at the end. So if any of you have questions, just put them into the chat, and we'll try to get to as many of those as we can. So Amy, we'll go back to you.
Is now going to take us through the EasyJet Pro UV 24 printer. You should also know that it does come in a 17-inch width printer as well, but I'm going to turn it over right now to Isaiah. To you, Isaiah.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to everyone not here in New Jersey.
That's the other way
So
around.
today we're going to be going over the EasyJet 24 UV. As Amy said, it is as well available in a 17-inch size. But go big or go home, right? So today you'll see we actually have some prints already loaded onto the take-up roller, very similar to our EasyJet Pro 36-inch shaker,
Stepping out.
where the take-up roller is completely optional. If you have a larger job, you don't want that job hitting the floor, getting dusty, dirty, depending on your environment or your work area. So you can use the take-up roller. It is motorized and it will continue to pull that job through as it prints. But for the sake of printing and our time span that we have today, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start by removing the file from the take-up roller just by advancing the film forward, as you see there. You can go ahead and score that job, cut it off, start transferring, and let the printer continue to feed out the remainder of your jobs. So we'll go ahead and we'll start up our machine so you can see the overall workflow. There are 3 print heads in this machine, one dedicated to white, one dedicated to color, and one dedicated to varnish. There is a laminate roll here that the heat can be adjusted depending on what we're transferring onto. Some substrates are a little bit more sensitive. So if we're going into like our cardboard or our paper, you don't want to cause any damage to the substrate and what you're going to be transferring onto. The roll that we have loaded right now is a 24-inch roll, but feel free to downsize if you have a 17-inch roll or a 12-inch roll. This machine will configure to whatever film size you have available to you. The overall look of the machine is a bit more compact. It's a one-stop shop, so you won't need any additional drying units or shaker dryers. As you can see, there are bulbs that cure your ink as the printer is being printed. So it will print and it will dry all in the same machine.
Isaiah, what is that blue roll on the outside used for?
So this blue roll here, we're going to pan out just a bit, but this blue roll here is going to act as your transfer tape. So Amy, later on in our presentation, will be doing some live demonstrations. So you'll see how that works with peeling film A from film B and how your image transfers over to your substrate. Your inks on this machine are top loaded. and they are coming from ink bottles that we do supply here at Equipment Zone. There are light indications in the back of
Yeah, we have
the
this.
printer that will indicate if any of your inks are low. So you'll see the black, you'll see the cyan, you'll see magenta, yellow, varnish, so on and so forth. But if we pan back over to our printer, you will see, and the most significant part of this process is it prints in reverse compared to the DTF printer. So a DTF printer will lay the color down first and then apply the white on top of that color. The powder will adhere to that white ink, and then you'll be doing your transfers. Where on this machine, the white ink is laid down first as your base, the color will go on top, and then the varnish will act as a top coat for that image or whatever you are printing, whether it be a decal for a door, for a car, if you're doing a label for a pencil, or if you're having friends coming over and you don't want anyone to share any cutlery or cups or glasses or plates, you can put everyone's name on everything.
Thanks, Isaiah.
No problem.
Fantastic. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to now take a look at some of the items that we have here that have been made with this particular printer. So first, I don't know, some of you may have been to the trade shows. This is our traveling suitcase. So as you can see, we have decals from the different trade shows that we've been in, all been printed on this printer. We've got a makeup case, which is a very nice way to customize. A hardcover book. And I like this one because it's actually on paper. So here we've got some candle tins. All right, which is a great gift for a gift shop. These are kind of fun, little dog tags, custom dog tags that people like to wear these days. Here's a typical souvenir. Here's from the Queen Mary, a little bowl. Plastic. These are glass cases. Nice. We've got a metal. This is our business card case on metal. This is an assortment of coasters. So we've got wood. We have slate, which is one of my favorites. And plastic. Ceramic, of course, is a very, very good use. Now we have the assortment of drinking items. So plastic water bottles, glasses for wine and such. We have salt and pepper shakers here and a ceramic mug. Everything here is dishwasher safe, permanent and dishwasher safe. So that's a real plus. It's very funny. I went to a wedding and this was actually the gift. I didn't know what it was till I got it home. It's a bottle opener, but it's a great use for customizing gifts. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to apply a couple of our transfers that we've already made. So you can take a look. This is going to be a pencil case for back to school. It's basic plastic. It's not very expensive and it's soft-sided. So I'll just show you how that works with my burnisher. So we're going to peel off the back paper. So when you peel off the back paper, we just get rid of that. So we're left with the film. And as Isaiah said before, there's our white. So when it went through the printer, it did the white first. So we're just going to place it down here. A little shoe. Burnish it in place. Some say squeegee. I say burnish because I come from that side of the business.
You just said that, yeah.
And once we've done that, we're peeling off that top layer. So that blue is what we're peeling off right now. Very simple, very straightforward. And then we can decorate another one here. Again, we're peeling off that white. This is a tiny one, so it'll give you an idea as to how well it holds the detail. Again, we're going to burnish from the inside out so we don't get bubbles. And then we're going to peel off the top. It helps if you have nails, but to grab those edges. And the last one. So once again, you want to give it a good burnishing, and afterwards you want to give it a burnishing as well. The firmer it is on there, the better it'll be. All of these were hand burnished. There's no other way to do it at this point in time. So that's the way we've got it going. And peel. So there's our case for pencils. And what do we have inside? We have a pencil, which we have actually done. Let's see if Vanessa can zoom in on that one. That is DTF UV. Okay. Back to you, Terry. Well, how do you unmute her? Stop. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
But let's take a few
Okay,
minutes.
great.
Let's answer a few questions that may have come up along the way.
All right, so,
One of the
oh, well,
questions,
did you want to do that first?
yes,
Okay, go ahead.
we're going to do that. One of the questions I see is, was it dishwasher safe? And Roy has answered that question. Yes, these items are dishwasher safe.
Huh?
What is used for UV DTF to stick to those items, and how long will it last? That's a great
Right.
question.
Take that one, Amy. if you
Yes,
don't mind.
Isaiah's going to take that one.
So with the UV DTF machine and the benefit of having film A and film B, film A is what's going to provide the adhesion. And as the ink lays down and hardens on film A, which is the white film, the adhesion will transfer over to your ink. And that's what gives you your stickiness or your sticker, if you will. As far as durability, what we recommend is adjustments with the varnish. Think of it if you were painting your nails or painting the house, everything has a top coat. So the better the top coat, the better the adherence and, you know, the durability with that transfer.
And if I might interject, when we're talking about durability, we're talking in terms of years, not months. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions that we have here? That's a good one. So let's see, if we make a mistake, are there any chemicals to help remove the item? Well, Isaiah's worked with that a bit because he's made some mistakes. So I'll let him answer
So
that.
the adhesion
There
on
isn't.
your artwork is really good. I like to say if it's not perfect, don't send it out. But again, we all make mistakes, especially in the learning process or that learning curve. So complete transparency, we do provide a UV cleaner. That is going to help if you spill the UV ink on, you know, your wood floors or your fabrics, things like that, wiping down the machine. But as far as removal of the product, again, that item is going to adhere really well to the substrate. So you may have to pick away at it depending the substrate and how durable it is. It may leave a mark on your substrate. So it is always great practice to try on something prior to that is in the similar size or a similar curvature if you're working with a glass or anything like that.
Thanks, Isaiah. That's a great answer. Okay. Terry, do you have any other questions there that you need to address?
We do not see the questions here, so,
Oh, I can,
but
Oh.
Roy did want to demonstrate real quick before we leave, actually applying a DTF transfer. So
Terrific.
Roy, if you want to take that?
all right, great. Just quick, some things that you can do with DTF. Cardboard. Okay, we're talking about being very versatile. Koozies, another wedding gift item. Any type of nylon material, backpacks, fanny packs. You can even apply it to a vinyl on a 3-ring binder. Paper or cardstock kind of things, cork, paper bags.
So the items we're showing you basically are porous materials that will adhere to that.
Yep. Something like this, even if you want to do some tags, different hats versus doing embroidery, netting, it'll go on the side of the netting, basketball shorts, things of that nature as well. And then obviously t-shirts, washability is excellent. It's just like DTG. We have a lot of samples. We wear them every day and wash them. I have shirts that well over 50 washes and they still look great. Here's one of the ones that we just printed. So there's two presses involved. Your original press, and then you peel it. And then a second press after. We use a product that we sell on our website, our Easy Sheet, and it actually puts a texture into the DTF and it takes the shine away as well. And it feels less vinyl-y once it's washed. So I'm going to do a second press on this. And again, it's only about 12 seconds or so. And peel that off, and then I have a shirt that I can put on right now, or I could even throw it in the washer if I wanted to at this moment. Beautiful colors. If there is any more questions.
And if I could make a comment too about the washability, the standard in our industry for garment, decorated garments is 50 washings. We stopped wash testing at 60 washings. So this is definitely a permanent print. It is not what a lot of people thought when DTF first came out as a more of a novelty type transfer. It is a permanent application. So Amy, if you guys see any other questions on your end?
Yeah, there is. So there is a question about how important is lack of humidity. Let's, Roy, can you address that with the DTF printer? And then Isaiah can address it with the UV printer.
Yeah, no problem. Your target humidity is going to be 40 to 50%, and that's just for the inkjet printer to have less clogging issues while it's running. Temperature is very important as well, not to exceed 80 degrees at any moment in a production environment. 76, 73 is a good working temperature. That's about what we run here. We're in Arizona. We run humidifiers. I got one sitting right here, and we have another one on the other side of the room that handle 4,000 square feet and keep our current humidity level right about 48 to 53, which is a good target. If you go too high on humidity, that's not an issue until you exceed something like 70, 75% indoor humidity. But as far as on the low side, you don't want to go below 30 at all specifically, or down to 30 for too long of a period of time. If it's an hour or two throughout the day, it's at 30, but the rest of the time it's above 40, you should be okay. All right?
Thanks, Roy. So now Isaiah will address humidity with the UV DTF system.
Yeah, so the same situation, actually, everything that Roy mentioned is going to be the same scenario for your UV machine. As well, one point that I want to make is what you are protecting with that humidity is your print heads, which is going to be the most crucial part of your machine. You know, without any print heads, you can't print. But there is another question that popped up, and it says, can we speak about how to use the varnish under the ink to have a raised feel? So that's a great question. I believe it was sent in by David. So with that specifically, David, this machine, just because we are applying to film and that film is constantly advancing, you won't be adding multiple layers of varnish or color on top to give you that textured feel. Your print as well, though, as it comes out, because it is currently laying the ink, it is already textured, believe it or not. Feel free to reach out to one of our sales reps and we could get you some samples just so you can get a feel for the sticker. You can transfer it onto some substrates that you like. But the feel or what you are recommending or inquiring about would be more on a flatbed UV machine where that substrate is in place and you can constantly just stack and stack and stack. where on this machine, the film will be advancing forward. So anything that is already passed is passed and printed and ready.
Thanks, Isaiah. One last question, perhaps. Do we offer maintenance workshops? Well, I guess the best way to answer that is to say that we provide full training on everything that we sell. And Equipment Zone is very unique in that we provide free, unlimited tech support for the entire ownership of the equipment. So our guys are experts, and they will answer whatever questions happen to come up. And maintenance is covered on all of our trainings.
And Roy, you might want to mention some of the videos that are available as well.
We do have a ton of videos on YouTube. And as far as specific to the Epson printer, along with Epson has a slew of videos as well. With their machine, you can access it by hitting, looks like a little ticket to a movie, brings up a QR code on the screen. You can take your phone, scan it, takes you right to the YouTube videos that are pertinent to this specific machine. We also provide a file folder we download on your desktop that has everything you need. Manuals, daily maintenance, videos pertaining to daily maintenance, and this goes for this machine as well as the UV. So there's no lack of information when it comes to our equipment, whether it be us supporting the Epson brand or our own brand as far as the curing unit or the UV printer.
Super. Let's see. Oh, there's lots of questions. Well, we'll take one more because we're coming up on time. So
Rusty has a good one.
Rusty, does the software give a cost of the printing project? So the software that's included here does have a cost estimator where you'll be able to open it up in the software and see how much ink it will use. And then you can put in the pricing, and then you'll know how much that file will cost you to print. I'd like to open an Equipment Zone in Sweden. That was the last question. How soon to when you open Equipment Zone in Sweden? I'll go. But we are, we are New Jersey and Arizona, but we are nationwide here. Another question?
Oh, it says, how many washes for UV DTF decals on the dishwasher?
I don't know that it is rated at the number of washes, but I will tell you that we have tested it. And I don't know how many we've done, numerous washes, but it is permanent.
Yeah.
If it is applied properly, and I say that is very important. It must be applied properly with the right pressure. And once it's printed and applied properly, you're good to go for quite a long time.
All right. Well, if you'd like some more information, you can go to equipmentzone.com. You can call us at 201-905-1000. My email and Amy's email are there. Again, if you have any questions at all. And so for Amy, Isaiah, Roy, and myself, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for attending.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.